Hello, my freaky darlings. Welcome back. This week, I'm exploring the origins of zombies. Because believe it or not, zombies did not begin with Romero and Night of the Living Dead. Which reminds me, I need to watch that again. Netflix. So, zombies might even have been around as far back as ancient Greece. Archaeologists have unearthed many ancient graves which contain skeletons pinned down by rocks and other heavy objects, perhaps to prevent dead bodies from reanimating. That's just, like way back when, even like, fuck it, that's just, it's interesting, right? I think it's interesting. Anyway, the zombie folklore that we're more familiar with has also been around for centuries in Haiti, possibly originating in the 17th century when West African slaves were brought in to work on Haiti's sugarcane plantations. According to some reports, the life, or rather afterlife, of a zombie represented the horrific plight of slavery. Now, true or not, it does give a much deeper meaning to what many consider to be just genre schlock. It just means that the whole idea of zombies and horror, it's just more culturally relevant than anyone actually really realizes. And it also makes their whole history so much deeper and far more interesting. But for those of you who don't know, although I can't really imagine that there are many people who don't know this, but anyway, just in case. A zombie is a dead body reanimated through various methods, most commonly magic. Modern depictions of the reanimation of the dead do not necessarily involve magic, but often invoke science fictional methods such as carriers, radiation, which is what I used in Oasis, mental diseases, vectors, pathogens, parasites, scientific accidents, etc. The possibilities are endless. And it also makes the zombie story so much more interesting. You can basically have fun with the whole thing. Anyway. Another interesting little factoid is that the English word zombie was first recorded in 1819 in A History of Brazil by the poet Robert Southey. The Oxford English Dictionary gives the word's origin as West African and compares it to the Congo words Nzambi, meaning God, and Zumbi, which is a fetish. A Kimbundu to Portuguese dictionary from 1903 defines the related word Nzumbi as soul, while a later Kimbundu Portuguese dictionary defines it as being a spirit that is supposed to wander the earth to torment the living. Fuck, that's awesome. Anyway, one of the first books to expose Western culture to the concept of the voodoo zombie was The Magic Island by W.B. Seabrook, published in 1929. The book is a sensationalized account of a narrator who encounters voodoo cults in Haiti and their resurrected thralls. Zombies also have a complex and fascinating literary parentage, ranging from Richard Matheson and H.P. Lovecraft to Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I think a lot of people forget that Frankenstein is actually one of the earliest zombie books. It was published on the 1st of January in 1818. That's a fucking long time ago. And it was written by a friggin' woman. How can people... Anyway. I digress. Another interesting belief is that zombies are people revived by a voodoo practitioner known as a bokor. Bokors have a tradition of using herbs, shells, fish, animal parts, bones, and other objects to create concoctions including zombie powders, which contain tetrodotoxin, a deadly neurotoxin found in pufferfish and some other marine species. Now, we all know about tetrodotoxin from those, spy movies and shit like that. Used carefully, a sublethal dose of tetrodotoxin combination may cause zombie-like symptoms such as difficulty walking, mental confusion, and respiratory problems. So I guess it's also a type of roofie. Fuckers. Anyway, high doses of tetrodotoxin can lead to paralysis and coma. This could cause someone to appear dead and be buried alive and then later revived. How fucked up is... Anyway. Though it's rare, there are several credible reports in medical journals of people using these compounds to induce paralysis in people, then revive them from the grave. Yeah. That just... So this is actually happening, people. This isn't just happening in books. Yeah, it's not some fictional idea. People have actually pulled this crap. So, in a 1997 article in the British Medical Journal, The Lancet described 3 verifiable accounts of zombies. In one case, a Haitian woman who appeared to be dead was buried in a family tomb, only to reappear 3 years later. An investigation revealed that her tomb was filled with stones, and her parents agreed to admit her to a local hospital. But what the fuck happened to her in those 3 years? Where the fuck was she? And why the fuck were there stones in her tomb? What the fuck? Anyway, in another well-documented case, a Haitian man named Clavius Narcissa entered a local hospital with severe respiratory problems in 1962. After he slipped into a coma, Narcissa was declared dead and buried shortly thereafter. Now, why the fuck didn't they do it anyway? So no autopsy, no nothing, they just fucking buried him. But 18 years later, a man walked up to Angelina Narcissa in a village marketplace, insisting she was his sister. Doctors, townspeople, and family members all identified him as Clavius Narcissa, who claimed he had been buried alive, then dug up and put to work on a distant sugar plantation. Now, once again, what the fuck? I mean, seriously, how fucked up is that? Anyway, what kind of person does that to another human being? It just... But this is why I write horror, because I cannot wrap my head around... Yeah. Anyway, so now you see there's way more to zombies than just Night of the Living Dead or The Walking Dead. And if you're interested in reading my zombie novella Oasis, I've put the link to it in the description. Just click on it, it's down there. You just have to click on that and it'll take you to its book page. So, yeah, that was my shameless self-promotion bit. Anyway, that's it for this week. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. And if you're interested in things that go bump in the night and other weird shit, like zombies, please hit that subscribe button. And if you've read any of my books, including Oasis, and enjoyed them, be a freaky darling and please leave a review wherever you bought it. It'd be like really awesome of you. I will love you forever. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and don't let the zombies eat your brain or drug you, bury you alive, and then revive you so you can work on some sugar plantation. Be careful, there are fucked up people out there. And they're not just in horror novels. So, bye.